Welcome back to All Things 80s and welcome to Christmas 1983. So in 1983, the number one toy that year were Cabbage Patch Kids. And I really don't know what to say because they look absolutely ridiculous. Obviously not something I was ever into. So without further ado, let's see what else was available for Christmas in 1983. So, clearly computers were very much all the rage that year. Some very interesting looking machines back then. Obviously the graphics are or do leave a lot to be desired, but that's not really the point. The fact was this was the first time you could have a computer in your house. Of course the Atari was fantastic, and the Vectrex just looks so interesting with its own screen. Very unique for the time. The electronic games were fantastic. I always enjoyed Astro Wars, Munchman. The electronic toys, Big Track was always one I wanted. Board games, they didn't really change throughout the decade. Very much the same things offered every single year. Uh, Snooker table, table football, always good gifts. Spirograph was always a nice one. Lego at its peak in terms of classic space Lego at this year. And of course, we have the Star Wars toys, Return of the Jedi, Action Force. Now, this is what I call Action Force, not the G.I. Joe that they imported shortly after this. Evel Knievel, Spider-Man, Masters of the Universe, all great, great toys. Scary Faces makeup, always fancied that for some reason. Etch-a-Sketch was always good. This is more like kiddie stuff. Yeah, very much for infants here. Of course, there's E.T. Nothing of interest here. Fisher-Price always made some great, interesting sort of space toys. And this is all the girly stuff. So Prams, Barbie, and that was really it. So those were the toys of 1983. For me, Christmas 1983 can be summed up in two words: Star Wars. This was my Star Wars Christmas, and I was just inundated with Star Wars gifts that year. We had Darth Vader's TIE Fighter, the X-Wing fighter, Snowspeeder, Jabba the Hutt playset, AST-5 mini rig, tons of figures, and everyone knew I was into Star Wars. And that year, I did actually end up getting a couple of doubles in terms of figures. I remember Weequay in Klaatu having two of those, and other Star Wars gifts like those pencil toppers, erasers, pencils, rulers, all sorts. Just wonderful, wonderful time. And like I said, basically everything I got that year was Star Wars. Although I did get one classic space Lego set, the Mission Control Station or Center. I thought that was a fantastic set of Lego because it had so many new pieces to it. And of course, I think it came with four little spacemen, so that was quite a bonus. But really, 1983 was all about Star Wars. Christmas Day, 1983 on BBC One. Started at 8:35 with the Christmas Raccoons, which I'm assuming is a cartoon. 9 a.m. was Carols from Newby Hall. 9:50 Away in a Manger. 10:20 was the Christmas morning family service. 11:17 was Weather with Michael Fish. 11:20 was The Little Convict, a colourful animation adventure starring Rolf Harris. Oh dear. It has Rolf Harris as Jake the Peg with the extra leg. Oh boy. Anyway, 12:35, Ziggy's Gift. Don't know what that is. 1 o'clock was Bugs Bunny. 1:05, The Glitter Ball, which it says was from the Children's Film Foundation. I enjoyed some of those actually. Don't remember this one. 2 o'clock was, of course, Top of the Pops. And this episode featured Michael Jackson, Shakin' Stevens, Men at Work, Bonnie Tyler, Duran Duran, Bucks Fizz, Lionel Richie, and David Bowie. Not a bad lineup. 3 o'clock, Queen's Speech. 3:15, Blankety Blank with Terry Wogan. Very good. 10 to 4, the movie was Treasure Island. 5:25, we had the news with Jan Leeming. 5:35, Jim'll Fix It. So, oh dear, so this wasn't a particularly happy Christmas for some children, I would imagine. So we had Rolf Harris on already, now we've got Jim'll Fix It. Ah boy, terrible, terrible characters. So 6:15, Songs of Praise Special from Peterborough Cathedral. 7:15, The Two Ronnies, staple at Christmas time. 8:05, All Creatures Great and Small. 9:35, Only Fools and Horses, and the episode was called Thicker Than Water. 10:05, it was the news. 10:15, a movie called Better Late Than Never, starring David Niven. 11:45, The Spinners at York. And the Spinners were a 4-piece male vocal group who would sing, wholesome family songs. And at midnight, it was the weather. And that was it for BBC One on Christmas Day, 1983. Top 10 music charts at Christmas in 1983 started at number 10 with Cliff Richard and the track Please Don't Fall in Love. Number 9 was Tina Turner with the song Let's Stay Together. Number 8, Islands in the Stream by Kenny Rogers and Dolly Parton. Number 7, Tell Her About It by Billy Joel. Number 6, Hold Me Now from the Thompson Twins. Number 5, Margarita Time from Status Quo. Excellent. Number 4, Love of the Common People from Paul Young. Number 3 was Culture Club and the song was Victims. Number 2 was My Oh My from Slade. And the number 1 song at Christmas in 1983 was The Flying Pickets with Only You. And I have to say, this is a rather uninspiring top 10 for Christmas. Not one single Christmas-themed song. And I remember the Flying Pickets being an a cappella band, and it just used to annoy the hell out of me. I hated that song. But anyway, that was the top 10 Christmas 1983. So looking at the comics and magazines of Christmas 1983, starting with the Dandy, and interestingly enough, this cover features Corky the cat, and I'm guessing Desperate Dan took over the cover slot from 84 onwards. So in this episode, Corky is at a gas station, and I guess Santa pulls up, and Corky has a gas pump with carrot juice, and he gives the reindeer some carrot juice. Wonderful stuff. The Christmas Beano, again 12p. This is Dennis the Menace playing tricks on Walter as always. I'm trying to remember which one I preferred between the Dandy and Beano. Probably the Dandy, I think. Anyway, Smash Hits, the Christmas issue, not particularly festive. They have got some green and red going on the cover, but I think that is Howard Jones. I'm sure it's Howard Jones. Oh my God. I hope it's Howard Jones. I always get Howard Jones and the other one, Nick Kershaw, mixed up. No, that's Howard Jones. Anyway, this one also featured Paul McCartney, Rod Stewart, Quiet Riot, and Kool and the Gang. And as with 1984, Smash Hits did a free magazine in combination with Woolworths. This one featured Boy George and Annie Lennox on the cover. Also featured are Simon Le Bon, Spandau Ballet, Elvis Presley, David Bowie, the Beatles, and more. So, yeah, again, the Smash Hits issues at Christmas were never that Christmassy. But anyway, those were the comics and magazines of Christmas 1983. What do Santa's little helpers learn at school? They elf a bit. So anyway, thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed that look back at Christmas 1983. Thanks to the Patreons who support the channel. Please like, please subscribe, and as always, stay tuned for more videos from all things 80s, and see you tomorrow where we look at Christmas 1982.